Hello and welcome back to another Tonto video. In today's one, we'll get the TMNT The 7 Adventures issue number 27, and this issue we're going to see the Turtles try and fight off Draco, who's trying to basically claim the Phantom and lead them and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this issue was an interesting one because a lot of this issue I really wanted because, you know, it's Draco. We haven't had a good story since what, 2005 with Draco, so this has been a long time coming, and to see stuff like this, it does put a big smile on my face just to see that 2003 characters are still around and that kind of stuff. And I'd say that also the last issue of how to set things up with Shredder's return, and also got to see the Phantom come back. There's all stuff which going into this issue I was looking forward to quite a bit because I was very curious to see how it would be going around it with that kind of stuff. And I'd say that I am mostly satisfied with what we got, but at the same time a little bit disappointed in a way, but not as disappointed as I thought I was going to be. So yeah, okay, yeah, so with the bits which I'm disappointed with, I'll just go straight into it. So first of all, we do get to see Donnie. He's built a new invention, which is this armor thing, and apparently it can run off of Toad's faults and that kind of stuff. And there isn't really too much to it for this bit here, because it does play a little bit later in the issue. But, I mean, other than that, it's a cool device and all that kind of stuff. I feel like they would have made a lot of toys about it back in the day, but, well, we're here now. And then we do go over to the villain side of things, and this is where to say things does get a bit, if you want to say, just because there's some aspects which I do like, but also at the same time, there's some bits which I don't like. So, yeah. Okay, so, I will first start off by saying, just Shredder in this issue, especially this part here, where you get to see Shredder, he's just being like, oh yes, I'm part of the Phantom, I'm a master criminal mind, I run the Foot Clan, please allow me in. And then Northrop's like, yeah, nah, you're just some earthling, anyone could do your kind of stuff, it just so happens that you're the person. So, I like that aspect of it, and I do like how Shredder's just, well, he is just so the 80s Shredder, and I just love it so much. I just really want to see a lot more of this this side of him. It just works a bit too well for Shredder, but yeah, I like it, but at the same time a little bit off character for other versions, but I love it for this version. And we do get to see here the other Phantoms. They're a bit, I wouldn't say a little bit annoyed by old Torben, saying that, in the past you've been failing us quite a bit recently, and also with your obsession with the Turtles recently as well, it's led you down into a path which we don't think you're qualified to be a leader. And we do get to see Krang at one point even suggests that, maybe all of you guys should actually try and make a competition out of this. Whoever actually defeats the Turtles gets to lead them. And we do get to see old Toby somewhat questioning this, and we do get to see Krang's motives come through again by him reminding all the audiences and that kind of stuff that he wants to claim the Phantom and be their new leader. And at the same time, he just wants to show them that, he's more qualified for it because he's going to be able to take down the Turtles, which I'm curious to see how they're going to be able to do that in the next few issues, but I guess we'll wait and see about that. And yeah, so with the actual main part about this issue, because we do get to see Draco, he's the first one up to try and tap the Turtles. And yeah, so with the first bit, we do get to see him, he's going after the Turtles and shooting his heat breath and all that kind of stuff. Before Leonardo just runs into a pizzeria and grabs a fire extinguisher and comes running out of him and just blows it in his mouth. Yeah, I honestly have no questions with that whatsoever. It's honestly a good thing that they're actually using logic to it, and with how this version of Leo is with rules and all that kind of stuff, it works so well. It's just something which I do feel like maybe is a little bit tad bit rushed, but at the same time, with how they go around it in the scene with the characters, it works so well and just so in character for this version. It just works a bit too well, which I don't know if I like or not, but I do. I don't know, it's a weird one. But after that, we do get to see Draco. He actually takes away Leo and Don, and takes them up to the Red Sky building, which I got a feeling was probably a reference to the Red Sky era or Turtles and that kind of stuff, which is yeah, that's a nice nod. And we do get to see him actually takes away all the Toad's weapons, which I was quite surprised at. They even took away the shurikens from Leo's belt, which was honestly quite surprising. And we do get to see in the end, Mikey shows up with the toe armor, which yeah, this is where things get a little bit I don't know, because this feels like it's something which should be cool and fun to read, and it is, but at the same time, with how they've been able to do stuff in this issue, just feel a little bit rushed. And we do get to see Draco, he takes off, taking Mikey up into the sky, and we do get to see a somewhat of a decent battle, but I only get to see Mikey just shoots Draco's wings, because they're not actually real wings, they're just, robots and that kind of stuff, and they do fall to the river. And do get to see Draco does a very stupid move by trying to use his heat breath, or fire breath and all that kind of stuff in the water before somewhat nearly drowning, which great, just perfect. Yeah, then Mikey's like, oh my god, no, I might die because I'm gonna drown. Oh no, the batteries. And then Johnny picks up and be like, yeah, come on, hurry up. And Mikey does ask like how long he has left with the how long before he could potentially drown. They don't answer it, but I do like how the next page they just completely ignore it whatsoever. And yeah, then for the final bit, there isn't really too much to it other than just, oh, what a coincidence, Donnie can't build it again because it was damaged so badly in the battle, he can't repair it. Which, I mean, yeah, that is somewhat what I was expecting and wanted to happen, just because, well, I mean, it's not a bad idea with this total series, just that it does feel very overkill and very overpowered and that kind of stuff, and I feel like if you just kept it around, it will create a lot of questions for continuity errors and that kind of stuff for the show, but also it would just be like, oh, well, they had that suit, like, why don't I just go around and just kill everyone? So, yeah, I mean, I do think that's a good idea. And then they also do bring up the fact that, like Donnie at one point, he just started to question, like, how Draco is back on Earth. I mean, that's a good thing. However, did they just forget that Donnie just handed over the the dimensional portal thing because it's got a new one? Yeah. Are you really not gonna question it? I know they sabotaged it, but it wasn't. But they can still use it. Oh god, so many questions, so little time. But yeah, so I'll just say that overall for this issue, I mean, I did enjoy it because Draco was in this one, he was the main focus, and it was a really good Draco story, I would have to say. I think the only problem with this issue, though, is the fact that, like, the action scenes are very rushed, and I think it's only down to the fact that because of how they had to do all the setup in this issue and that kind of stuff, it was very limiting to what time they actually had left to actually do all the action stuff. And I feel like had they not had the setup stuff at the beginning, I feel like the action scenes would have been a lot better, a lot more fleshed out and that kind of stuff, because they do feel rather rushed, but I feel like they work well enough, especially after the first bit with Leah taking down Draco with the fire extinguishers. It works well enough for the scene and all that kind of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that could be improved had it had a lot more pages, but you know, that's not necessarily a bad idea or problem really. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's game for today, guys. It's please share, subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.